All right, well, welcome back to our live episodes of From the Blockchain, NFT Ignition here again with I am board Becky, Ashley Smith, and today we have an amazing guest, somebody that I've looked up to forever, the famous Wendy O. How you doing today?
Thank you guys so much for having me. And the fact that you say you look up to me, I look up to you because anytime I need help with NFTs, or I'm like, hey, is this legit? Is this not legit? I'm like, NFTIgnition. I'm like, can you help me with this? So thank you both for being here because it helps, and network is your net worth.
Yeah. Well, when I got into the space, there was not a lot of women in the space. There wasn't, and I feel like a lot of people thought that the only opportunity for women out there was to be like the bikini wearing influencer. And I was always like, nope, Wendy. For like ever, I was like, you guys want to see what a real woman does in NFT? Check out Wendy O. And that's always been my go-to for, what women can do in the space. And now I'm here doing it too. So that just kind of shows it really is. This space has changed so much, right?
I am so thankful it has changed because when I first started, I started off as a trader because that was literally the only way you can make money was by trading crypto. So you had to learn how to trade, or you're going to get you were going to buy the shittiest of the shitcoins, hold till zero, and that was it. But now there's so many different opportunities. I'm so thankful because part of my job is to get people excited about crypto, to educate them about being self-sovereign, about freedom, about ownership. And I can do that with NFTs because it's like you buy things that you like, and you're officially in crypto. You just buy an NFT, and you're in crypto, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. We should rewind, I feel, a little bit for our audience.
Yeah.
Just to introduce, no, this is great. Wendy O, you have a YouTube channel. You've obviously just mentioned, you started your journey in crypto. Can you tell our audience just a little bit more about how you got in, when you got in, what you've been doing since, and now, I guess, your emergence into the NFT side of things?
So I initially heard about Bitcoin 2011, 2012. Family members can I borrow your credit card to buy Bitcoin? I'm like, you're weird. You're weird. This is too tech heavy. I'm not smart enough to do this. You're doing something weird. And then fast forward, I kept hearing about Bitcoin on libertarian radio, and I was like, this shit's cool. This is cool. It's I didn't know too much about it, but then I remember my daughter was in my arms. She was screaming, crying, because I was actually working on Santa Monica Boulevard, which is a few streets over, healthcare 4 times a week. I service HIV/AIDS patients. It was patient care coordination. I was like, I have to quit my job. I can't do this anymore because whatever. But my daughter was in my arms. She was crying because kids, they do that. They cry for nothing. They can literally drop their apple and they cry. But I was wondering, I was like, I'm going to buy Bitcoin. So I just bought Bitcoin, and then I got into the space. I learned what Bitcoin was. I learned what money was. I was like, this is amazing. This makes sense. Because in public school, they don't teach you what money is. They don't teach you about the Federal Reserve. They don't teach you about all this stuff. But with Bitcoin, it forces you to learn. And then there's CryptoKitties, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not even going to touch this. I don't know what it is. But then I started a YouTube channel. And I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to network with people. I wanted to learn and talk. Because I'm like this right here, this is my stuff. I love talking with people. So back then, 2017, the only meetups you could go to were conferences, and you had to pay thousands of dollars for someone to shill the ICO, which that's fine. That's their hustle, no shame. But at the same time, this is not okay because I grew up super poor, super, super poor, single mom household, 4 of us in one room from 7 to 18. And I'm like, this shit ain't it. It's not it because Bitcoin is created for the people, by the people. So I started the YouTube channel to live stream meetups that I was doing all over Los Angeles County. And then, I was posting my trades and stuff like that. And back then, like you said, there's no women.
None.
And if there was 5 of them, and they were posing as men because they would get absolutely annihilated on the internet, absolutely annihilated. And then the channel grew. People liked my work. And then I got on TikTok, which sounds so cringe, but
I love it.
But it's so great and you guys need to do it too.
I know. I need one.
It's it's so good because you can get so much educational content out there in a short time period, and people get it. And then I've always and actually, who really explained what an NFT was to me to where I understood it? It was Ken Bosak.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
It was Ken Bosak, and I was because he's super tech smart. Even though he is stoned all the time, he is so tech smart, so tech smart, and gets this stuff, and he has a way of explaining it. So he explained to me what NFT was, and I was like, holy shit. This solves a problem for musicians. This solves a problem for artists. This solves a problem for creators. It even solves further problems with actual ownership and back in the day, if you bought property, you bought a house and the house burned down then you couldn't prove that you own the house and you were kind of shit out of luck. So I was like, oh my God, there's this cool thing that solves all these problems. So me, I love NFTs. I love the technology behind it. There's a lot of garbage in the market, just like shitcoins. But I see the use case like 5 to 10 years down the road when the ecosystem is developed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd love for you, just since you said it, can you describe or explain what is a shitcoin?
So I love shitcoins because with crypto, like people don't really understand what a true decentralized economy is. Like I don't get to tell you what to do. I can say, you know, I don't like that pen is purple today, but I can say that, but it doesn't matter. Like you don't have to do anything with it. But a true decentralized economy, people get to do and live freely. So with shitcoin is basically like if you ask a Bitcoin maximalist, anything that's not Bitcoin, but now like a shitcoin to me is something that is just hot trash. Like, you know, it's probably going to rug on you. It's probably not going to be here in a year. Like, so to me, that is what a shitcoin is. And there's no shame in that because there's money to be made, just like with NFTs.
Yeah.
I do feel we spoke some time ago to Miss Teen Crypto, and we haven't talked a lot about crypto on our podcast really yet. And for those who are listening who are like, brand spanking new, not only to NFTs, but to cryptocurrency. I think a lot of people feel like they're super late to the game. There's not a lot of opportunity. What do you say to that objection?
So if you're listening to this now, and this is the cringest statement ever, but you still are early. Like Bitcoin is only around like 10 plus years, 13, 14 years, not around too much. Like if you look at the history of money and how money has been handled in exchange, there's always been something that represented a store of value. And people think, oh my God, well, you got in Bitcoin. And I'm like, no, I literally bought the top. I bought Bitcoin at $17,000. Okay. I bought at $17,000. We shot up to 20K. I got FOMO bought and I held until $3,000, you know, because I was kind of still gaining my barriers to trading. But there's different aspects of crypto, and people are like, okay, well, it's the NFT space versus the crypto space. I'm like, no, it's all the same because the NFT is literally a special token. It's like a one of one, depending on, you know, whatever collection it is. But if you're listening to this now, you're probably going to do a lot better in the NFT space than the crypto space because you have to have some sort of edge in crypto. You have to know what is support and resistance. How do I execute this trade? Can you control your emotions? How is the code? Is this code okay? Is it, you know, there's different things that me and my team look for with crypto and with projects, but with NFTs, yeah, people want to make money, but at the same time, like you want to invest in an NFT or buy it because you support an artist, because you like the artwork, because you like the people behind it, maybe because it's going to be some sort of GameFi, whatever it is, or with
there's no tokenomics that you have to figure out,
right? Or with Fame Lady Squad, like. I bought one because I was like, this is dope. They're supporting DVSA survivors. Like, I want to be a part of something bigger. So I bought one and I still have it. So you're buying an NFT for different reasons. It's not just to the get rich quick, which I know there's a lot of that now, but you really have to take a step back and be like, why am I investing in this? Does it make sense? Is it going to be here longer? Or maybe you just want to invest to support a creator. And that's the true intent and purpose of NFTs to me.
Yeah, when I first got into the space, there was no money in NFTs. We were all just buying each other's stuff because it was like, oh, this person's my friend and I love their art and I want to support them. And we never saw it as like an investment. Like there was no money in them back then.
Right. Like I think the first NFT was from, I think I got some from going to Consensus and I couldn't figure out how to put them on my MetaMask. I'm like, what? Because it was so complex. Like now you literally can, it's so easy like with OpenSea and LooksRare with all these great platforms. But back then it was hard, like a lot hard. But now I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm a pro. I will say that I'm too lazy to join the Discords and to mint stuff because I am not interested in waiting up till 3 a.m.
Yeah, no.
So I'll buy secondary market. I might, I might get wrecked, but at the same time, I'm like, I value my sleep.
Yes.
You get when you want that way too.
Yeah.
What you have such a huge. Can you just remind us, like, how big is your audience? You've got a huge following.
So I think we are up to 750,000 on all platforms, and that's comprised of TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, the free newsletter. Make sure you guys subscribe. Wendy's White Paper, 100% free. And it's a really cool thing because I think as far as YouTube goes, like I'm the top crypto female creator like in the world, which is really amazing. Yeah. And it's like I literally grew up in Southern California, LA County, like super poor with nothing, like trapped up and down Sunset Boulevard, like all kinds of stuff. And it's a really cool thing because I feel like I'm doing a service. So it's more of like and also too, I have a 5-year-old daughter. And like you said, like back in the early days of crypto, like there's very few women. There's like maybe 2 women, and they're me and whatever. And so for me as a mom, I feel like it's good that I have a presence there, because I want other girls to be like, okay, well, I can get into this and I don't have to show my body. And again, there is absolutely no hate any way, shape, or form to any person that, you know, does that type of stuff. That's their business. Just me, 30 plus as a mom. I'm not trying to have something on the internet my daughters would be like, because I grew up in the MySpace days. I'm sure you guys remember.
Oh yeah, I will wear.
Yes.
So you know, all that stuff is gone, but it's like I don't want her to come on the internet one day and see mommy and be like, why is mommy like that? Like, do I need to do that? And I want her to be like you guys, like be dope women, be intelligent, smart, articulate, and be able to build something and create something for yourself. And I want her to follow that footstep. So I'm thankful for you guys too, because the more of us that we have just promoting, like, we're smart, we're here, we deserve to be here, like that helps future girls be like, I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. But if they want to, that's their business. But you know, I'm a survivor, so I come from a little bit of that background, and people want to do stuff, but then they don't realize the repercussions that happens later on.
Yeah, well, and they should have the option.
Yeah.
There should be multiple avenues of opportunity and not just one way to go for people.
Yeah.
It also depends on what your goal is. And I think for you, like you're definitely, obviously you initially started down this path as a way to learn and to network and to connect, but you're obviously now someone who educates, who teaches people, who informs people. And so I'm wondering how you've seen your audience evolve over time, and like what types of questions, what kind of things are they wanting to hear from you, you know, let's say this year versus, you know, a year and a half ago kind of a thing.
So that's a good question, because being a female content creator is very different from being a male content creator. And for some reason, an audience will listen. Like I can chart something out perfectly. I can do a live trade for, you know, decent amount of capital, 5 figures, execute it perfectly. But my views are going to be different than one of my male friends that are trading. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I used to do live trades all the time, but I wasn't getting the numbers. So most of the time, people in the past would follow me for one, because I was like the only woman, and for trades. But now it's like a combination of everything, because I really cover the news. And when I cover the news, it's not just like, oh, breaking news, blah, blah, blah. It's like breaking news. This happened. This is what it means. You need to contact the SEC. You need to contact your local representatives. You need to educate yourself. Like, I'm trying to push them to really kind of focus on self-education and understand what it is, or whatever it is we're talking about, whether it's NFTs, metaverse, GameFi, like how this picture comes. So it's just kind of like an overview of everything. And then I do get some people that, you know, need a little bit extra help, but it's mostly that. And that's why I like to have my channel comprised of so many different avenues, because I want to be able to have something special for everybody. Just like, oh, she's just like, I don't want them to come on my show and be like, she's just the TA girl or the news girl or the metaverse girl or the NFT girl. I want to just have my hands in a bunch of different things, so that when a newcomer comes, they come to my channel like, this is great. But then like, you know what, I want to learn more about NFTs. So they're like going to go to your guys' podcast and listen, or they want to learn more about trading. They're going to go to this person. You know, I want to be like the entry place to provide them with a really dope place where they can come in, no judgment, no stigma, and feel confident.
Do you have a sense of like the demographic at all? I'm so curious. Like age, place,
So,
sex.
More women.
So YouTube is mostly men.
Yeah.
Twitter is mostly men.
Yeah.
But TikTok, I have like, there was a time where I had 53% women, but now I think it's like 42 or around 40, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Because I just talk about, I literally talk crypto, like literally talk crypto. So it's super cool, because we're starting to see more diverse people coming in. And that's, to me, when I look at Bitcoin, crypto, NFTs, I'm like, this is for the underdogs. Like, this is not for the ivory tower people. This is not for the people that grew up upper middle class. Well, it is, because true decentralized economy, can't judge. But it's not, it's, to me, it's more for the underdogs. Like people that grew up out of strife and trauma and, you know, might not have gotten that education or didn't have parents around to kind of help them with that. So it's like, I feel like everything in crypto, everything in blockchain is a tool to help somebody improve their quality of life. But when we're talking about a true decentralized economy, you put in what you get, or you get what you put in. So if you're not willing to do the work, like me, like I said, I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m. and mint an NFT. So I missed out on, like, you know, the Bored Apes, like a lot of that stuff. But at the same time, I didn't put the effort in. So that's on me, and I have to take personal responsibility. So I encourage my audience, like, you have to work. You have to work. Like, even if it's 10 minutes out of your day, put in some time to learn.
I'd love to know what you're most excited about for, say, the next year in this space, whether it has to do with NFTs or crypto or metaverse or anything in Web3.
So I know we are going to have a bear market at some point. And I will say that NFTs and DeFi have kind of propped the market up for a long time. Plus, we have all these chads that are taking these collateralized loans out, which is super dangerous. Like, unless you guys know how this stuff works, please, for the love of God, don't take out a collateralized loan on something, because there is a liquidation price. And that liquidation price means you lose your shit. Someone's going to take your stuff. And with smart contracts, that happens. So keeping in mind, there will be a bear market eventually. I am very excited to see like crypto and NFTs and DeFi, like all of it, and GameFi too, like metaverse stuff, like all of it to come full circle, and just like projects to utilize all aspects, because realistically we don't need to be divided, even though NFT Twitter is like so much nicer than crypto Twitter. Like it's like heaven, like absolute heaven. I'm like, there's nice people on the internet.
I have an opinion on why that is, though.
I want to hear it.
I think because in the regular crypto space, you don't see your efforts pay off in terms of bringing new people in. Like, you're not going to bring your 10 friends into Ethereum and see the price bump. You're not going to see that affect Ethereum. You could bring 10 friends into a small NFT project and you see that project grow. You see the Discord grow. You see the price grow. Like, you see your efforts pay off a little bit more, I think, because it's so much smaller.
And I also, too, I feel like it's more accessible to regular folks, like to average folks. Because, like, I grew up flipping stuff on eBay because I had to pay for, that's how I paid for community college. Like, I did not come from money. So I would go to the thrift store, I'd buy some used vintage designer goods, and I'd flip it. And that's how I was able to pay for community college. And I feel like NFT space is like that. And me, I'm born and bred in LA County. So most people have multiple side hustles to pay for things because it's so expensive here. Like, literally, if you want to rent a room, it's like $1,000, and you're in somebody's like bathroom or closet, something ridiculous. So I feel like it's easier. It's like, and there's people are just so nice. But I just want to see continued growth and people continue to build, because back in 2017, we literally, if you wanted to buy crypto, it was so hard. You had to create a Coinbase account. I think then you had to go to Gemini, because Gemini was like the only on and off ramp. So you had to deposit money there. It took 7 days. Then you had to transfer it to Bittrex or to KuCoin or whatever random exchange, and then start trading that way. That's how it was. But now we have all these on and off ramps. And I'm looking forward to seeing that with all the different factors. And I think that GameFi is going to be, like, play to earn is going to be the big catalyst for mass adoption. And that incorporates crypto, incorporates NFT. Like Gala, what they're doing is really cool. And you're going to, like, there's people, like when I went to Galaverse, there's people there that came from other countries, and they're like, I make $100 a day. That's like the salary for a whole entire year or month or whatever. Like, that is freaking cool. Like, all you need is a cell phone to not have to do some crazy job that just sucks. Like, so I'm just looking for all of that to come to full circle. I don't know if it's going to be in the next year, but it's coming, and I can't wait.
Yeah. And with the bear market, you mentioned, like, what gets you excited about that? Like, what are you thinking it's going to either mean for the space, or what are you going to do during that time?
So I built. During the bear market, I worked my ass off. I did like 2 meetups a month. I was like really learning how to trade. I was figuring out how to speak better, because I struggle, I stutter, like all kinds of stuff. And I was figuring out how to be a content creator, because I like doing it, and there's money in it too. And I get to work from home. Like, I was figuring out how to do all these things. So bear markets are great for building. And I know that's kind of like a meme cringe, but it's true, because I'm sure you ladies are both super busy with stuff, like all the time. And you're like, can I get like 5 minutes to like just decompress? But bear markets are great for building. And I think that, like, unfortunately, people are going to lose money. It's going to suck. And that's why I'm like, moonbag your NFTs, moonbag your crypto, moonbag everything, and prepare for the bear market.
What does moonbag mean?
So moonbag, and you can do this with NFTs too. A moonbag is when you invest in something, number goes up, you pull out your initial, you pull out some profit, and whatever you have, you own free and clear. And with crypto, I'll generally like stake that or do whatever, because there's so much risk in DeFi. But I do that with NFTs too. Is like, I bought 2 Mutant Apes. I've got one listed. And once that sells, it's going to pay for the original Mutant Ape.
Yep.
And so I'm going to own it free and clear. And then, just whatever airdrops or whatever benefits I get for being a holder, But I did that with NFTs too. And I think that, and like, I know that there's other people, they'll buy 3 NFTs or they'll mint 3 NFTs and like whatever. So there's different ways of doing it, but it's literally practicing risk management. And if you can do this, if you can get your emotions in check, control yourself, and do this consistently, you're going to do really, really well in crypto and the NFT space. And you're going to really help yourself not get absolutely decimated.
So what she's saying is take fucking profits.
For the love of God, take your fucking profits. Take profits like a savage. Like, I'm from the street, so when I'm like looking at people not taking profits, I'm like, do you really, like, you have this thing. Do you really want to like you have $100 you invested? Do you want your money to go to zero? Like, are you okay with that? Because to me, that's like somebody's punking me. Like that they're, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just like, I'm going to get out before somebody else does. Like, I'm going to make like, and there's people that are like, well, Wendy, I got out too early and or you got out too early, you got wrecked. I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I got out with like a 10% pump. Maybe I wasn't able to make a moon bag or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's 10% more than I had before.
Right. Nobody gets wrecked making profits.
And that's okay. Or like maybe I sold an NFT too early. Guess what? I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
And I mitigated risk, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. You can't win everything.
You could try, but you're going to get so stressed out. You're going to miss on so many things.
Yeah. I think in the NFT space, like having not come from crypto, the one thing I can anecdotally assume is that with NFTs, because I think it's easier to get more emotionally connected to your NFT.
Yeah, it makes them harder to sell.
It makes it harder to sell, or if you did sell it, you're still thinking about it.
Well, it's not like you buy the exact same one back. Like, you sell your Bitcoin, you buy more Bitcoin. It's like you still have Bitcoin, but it doesn't have a face on it that you get a different face the next time. Like, you've grown attached to that face.
And it's art too. So like even with my mute apes, I'm looking at them and I'm like, do I really want to sell these? And I'm like, you're selling it. Like, you have to, because like, even though it's like, disposable income, but I need that capital back. I need that liquidity back. So it sucks. But at the same time, like, and I have trouble sometimes selling, like when I was on eBay selling like the used designer vintage stuff, it's like, okay, this is a really dope piece. Do I want this for myself? But at the same time, like, the goal, like, and even if you're trading NFTs or crypto, whatever it is, have an idea of what you want to do. Have a bullish plan and a bearish plan. Like, when we're trading crypto, we look for, like, I generally look for breakouts. Like, this is what I'm going to do if the market breaks out bullish. This is what I'm going to do if the market breaks down bearish. And I think that similar strategy can be applied to NFTs, but in a different way. Like, going in, like, you see 3 really dope NFTs. Like, I'm going to buy these. And this is my favorite, the middle favorite, and then the one I don't like, but I know I can sell that one. And then, you have to look at the rare, like, there's different things, like different utilities, rarity, that type of stuff. But you want to still kind of practice that same thing, because at least you have options, like what you can sell. And I know it's hard to get attached, but at the same time, like, if you're listening to this, you have to protect your capital. Like, there's nobody else is paying your bills. Nobody cares about you in crypto. Like, that's my mentality to think about. Like, obviously, like, there's people to do, but when it's in a market, when you're pitted against each other, nobody is going to have your back.
Right.
Like, you can't. I can't even rely on my family. So
Yeah. So if someone, just kind of on the crypto side, if someone wants to get informed and learn about, how to thoughtfully purchase crypto, how to maybe even start trading, if that's something they want to do, like, where do you tell people to go to learn about how to take their first steps? Like, obviously people should be watching your show and should be following you. So that's a given. I'm just wondering, like, are there any resources out there or any channels or anything you think are good? I've really done very little. Everyone, Danielle knows. But I find when I've taken a look at some of the crypto type spaces, it's just like so overwhelming. It's so scary.
Yeah, because there's a lot of dudes in there, which is fine. I love men. Men are my favorite dessert in all history. Just kidding. I took that from Cher because I love Cher. But like, men are dope. Men are great at certain things. Women are great at certain things. Everybody in between is good at something. Like, it doesn't matter. But it's very, like, the male traders, they're assholes. They're not nice people for the most part. You'll get a couple that are like super cool, but like all the shit talking is by male traders that are anonymous. And it's like, okay. They're like, you don't even trade, you don't do this. Show me your wallet. I'm like, show me your wallet. No, well, I'm asking. It's like, no. So one of the things I do is, like, we have the free newsletter, which is great. But if you're just like getting started, my favorite place to learn about crypto, and it's 100% free. I try to provide free resources for people, is Investopedia. And I'm not paid by them. I'm not sponsored by them. I love what they do, because you can literally go on the website. You can look up bull trap. You can look up bear trap. You can look up support and resistance, Fibonacci, Bitcoin, blockchain, whatever it is. And they literally have these articles that are well done, maybe like 300 to 500 words. They have pictures, they have examples. And I'm like a stickler. When I read an article, I want the key takeaways at the top because I'm busy, you know, and things move so fast.
Is this worth reading?
Yeah, so and the way that I learned to, because technical analysis is super math backed, and the way I do math is like, tell me how to do the derivative, like step 1 to step. I don't want to know why we do it this way, because everybody that was a mathematician were absolutely insane anyways. Like they were Pascal, hello, like a lot of these guys. But you literally go and you can read that. And then the great thing about it is it's free, and you can go back, you bookmark it and come back. So to me, it's a really great place to kind of get started. And there's no bias there. It's literally like a platform for people that want to learn about investing. They're not trying to sell you anything. There's nothing weird there, but that is the go-to place, Investopedia.com. It will be your best friend.
Now, where can our followers find you?
So you guys can find me on the internet. I am Crypto Wendy O, and it is on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, I think we're on Facebook now. I don't know. TikTok. But it's Crypto Wendy O. I will never send you DM. I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you how your trade is going. I love y'all, but I don't have time to pop and ask how your trade's going, because mine are, you know. But you can find me there and just, you know, follow me. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can send an email and we'll get back to you. We'll help you. And yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. This has been so fun. I love you. Like, you're such a great energy in this space. And like, you were the first person that Danielle had said, like, you gotta like know who Wendy O is. You have to like watch her. And I know you guys have done some fun interviews on your show. Yes. So everyone, please check out Wendy O. You better be following her. I'm sure most of you, if you're already in the space, you are already. But this has been so fun. So excited to see you again. And tomorrow, if you're listening to our recorded, we're having a little party and a little panel, so it's going to be really fun. Excited.
In gowns.
Yes. Ooh, everybody's going to be able to, there's going to be some FOMO for sure.
But I just want to see all the D-gens in gowns in Texas. It's going to be.
That's the whole reason we threw this.
It's amazing.
I love it. That's like, I'm going to kind of put a punk rock twist on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yes.
well, it's a tattoo, so.
Amazing. All right. Well, I think we're taking a quick break from our live stream, but this has been awesome. Thank you so much, Wendy.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thank
Appreciate you
you.
both.